Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hi, guys. How are you? How are you? How are your days? Shit, are those fire sounds too loud? Are they cracking in your ears? Hi, Viv. How are you guys today? I think there's like an actual crime happening outside my house right now. Like a bunch of cop cars just pulled up with their sirens on and like parked in the middle of the street with their lights on. And then they all got out and started running down the street, and one of them brought out a dog and started running with it. And then I heard a bunch of car sounds, like there's like some sort of chase happening. I don't know. Lots of drama happening here today. At the last minute before I started the stream, I got myself some fruit as a snack. Yeah. I live in a really safe area. I'm okay. This isn't a common occurrence or anything. Weed is legal here. I don't have to hide it. You can hear me crunching? Oh no. This is nectarine. It's really good too. It's like perfectly ripe. Nectarine. So good. If you haven't tried it, you should. It's one of my favorite candy or favorite fruits. So, do you guys like the little ambience? I put the few sound design classes I've taken to use, and I made us a little soundscape. I thought it would be cool. While I was doing it, I realized that it was actually like, I don't know, I thought maybe it would be interesting. Maybe I could do like a mini sound design class for you guys and show you how I did it. It's simple, but it could be informative. Okay, I have to sneeze. Oh, okay. Do you want me to turn the BGM off while telling the story? I didn't think about that. There might be some spooks in the background, who knows? That could make it scary. Okay, you want the music off? Okay. Is it spooky? Is it spooky yet? What do you guys think? Should we keep the music off? I have a really good story for you guys today. We're gonna do a little bit of I don't want to say ghost hunting. We're gonna do some paranormal sleuthing today. Because, well, you'll see. Let me have more fruit first. Listen to the faint noises of crunch in the distance of your cozy little bonfire. Okay. So I'm gonna be telling you guys one of my many ghost stories from my life. This is one of the more interesting ones. I already told you about Jan. Did you guys hear about Jan at my debut? That one was very lighthearted. Not too spooky. And of course we have Sir Lampert here today. Shout out to Sir Lampert. If you didn't hear about Jan, that was the first ghost story I've told, so you can see that in my debut. Did you miss anything? No, we're about to get into the story soon. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. I'm just finishing up my snack first. Yeah, you missed the crunching. Okay, so you might miss some of the story later because you have to cook lunch. That's okay. That's okay. You can always watch it back. Okay, let's get started. So, I am a spirit guide. This we all know. So, if I choose to, I can gain access to the spirit realm. Now, I personally choose not to do that because my work as a spirit guide is very intimate with humans. So I think my studies and my work are much better quality if I live alongside humans and kind of learn to understand them through empathy, you know, by experiencing the same things they experience. So I've lived most of my life in the physical world, and I only interact with the spirit realm when I really need to. Or so like these interactions are still very I guess not foreign to me, but they're still very exciting and spooky. So yeah, I always grew up with a very strong connection to the spirit world. And so, you know, growing up, I did a lot of different. I always believed in everything paranormal. I always messed around with everything paranormal, and I really was convinced when I was young that I could see other spirits. So, yeah. Ooh, there's some scraping in the sound. Wow. Well, anyway. So, I've grown up always being experienced with the spirit realm. It's where I come from, but I'm not super like I guess experienced with it because I've chosen not to be. So as a teenager, I guess I would call myself an intermediate, I guess intermediately aware of the paranormal world. Yeah, just looped. It's okay. It's okay. Just ignore it. It's one little scuff. So my friend came to me when I was a teenager, when I had been dabbling more seriously with the paranormal at that time. And my friend came to me who had uh, never played with a Ouija board before. Have you guys played with a Ouija board? Do you believe in it? Have you had any experiences? I'm curious. Because I don't know if you guys will actually believe what I'm about to say. Oh, the scraping? Yes, that was intentional. Oops, sorry. I misunderstood you. But yeah, do any of you have any experiences with the Ouija board? Mm. Not me. My mom played with one as a kid and it freaked her out. I've heard that. Well, that's exactly my friend. That was exactly my friend's experience. Um, she lived with her dad, and he was very, very religious and was very scared of the paranormal and Ouija boards, and it sounded as if he had some scary stories of his own. But, oh, sorry, I smashed my plate. But yeah, it seemed like he was kind of scared and afraid of Ouija boards because of past experiences. Never have and never will. That's good, honestly. Don't do it. Unless you're with someone who's very experienced. So, my friend came to me and said, basically, she had been digging around in her basement at her dad's house and found an old Ouija board in a box, like still wrapped in the plastic and everything. Like, just buried a bunch of stuff in the back of her basement, all dusty, but never opened. Just like sitting there by itself. The first 20 minutes of this stream are just gonna be a mukbang. Can I ask you a question regarding your privacy? Probably not. I would advise not to. I'm eating a nectarine. It's almost gone. Okay, back to the story. So, and I know that some people might think I'm just like making this story up, but I'm being genuine. Like, this genuinely is a real thing that happened to me, and I believe in it. Okay, so my friend came to me and said, I found this Ouija board. I've always really wanted to try it, but my dad's really scared and never let me have one. But I just found one in the basement. So will you will you do it with me and kind of like take the reins, because I had experience, and I did have experience. Like I said, I had been kind of messing around with the paranormal my entire life. But while I did have Ouija board experience, I had Ouija board experience in with regular spirits. Usually friendly, if or more often than not, just a little bit confused. Those are the type of spirits that I was used to talking to through Ouija board. So, we do the whole thing. We set up in the dark with candles and stuff in her bedroom, with the Ouija board and everything. Now, a Ouija board, if no one that is there to talk to you, you'll know kind of at the beginning that, no one's gonna come. But if that thing starts moving, there's someone reaching out. So when we started, the planchette started moving kind of very slowly on the board, and it was kind of just going all over the place. And that wasn't very usual for me. I usually I usually saw spirits actually like making a little bit of sense most of the time, and if not, like finding another way to communicate with us that isn't verbal. I was always able to communicate with the spirits I connected with, but this one, for some reason, the planchette just moved everywhere, and it made no sense. It just went to random letters and stuff, and no matter what question we asked it, it just didn't make any sense. So, I figured this was just another confused spirit, like one that I haven't, like one that's more confused than I'm used to, but I can maybe get through to it. Well, we start to notice that the planchette starts moving in very particular patterns. So it's going in circles or in figure eights or like zigzags across the board. It's doing that, especially figure eights. It was doing mostly figure eights. And when it wasn't doing figure eights, it was going back and forth between two letters. And if you know this legend, this is probably where you're going to stop believing me. But it kept going back and forth between Z-O, Z-O, Z-O. And I was like, oh, that's its name. So I started talking to it like, hey, oh, is your name Zozo? And it would say, like, Z-O, Z-O, Z-O. Yeah, you know this legend. I didn't at the time, which is what makes this story crazy. So, it starts doing that, and I keep trying to talk to it, but it's just not working. And it keeps going faster and faster, like faster figure eights, faster circles, Z-O, Z-O. And eventually I'm just like, okay, more than anything, I was just frustrated. And I know now that I should not have gotten frustrated, and I wish I really didn't. But I was not as careful and polite as I should have been when ending the conversation. I guess. I don't know. With these types of things, you have to be very careful about how you approach them. So, nothing really happened that night. I didn't really think anything of it. I just thought, oh, it was a very confused spirit, and it was just taking over the board, so we couldn't talk to anyone else, and it was just annoying. So we went about our night, and, I was home the next day, or a few days later, and I started thinking about it again, because something about it just wasn't right. And so, you won't believe, like, this is the part that, honestly, if this didn't happen to me, I would not believe it was real, because that day when I was thinking back on the situation, I decided to look into it if I could find any information on it. And I looked up Ouija board Zozo, and like the first few results were like these blog posts about people's experiences with this demon named Zozo that comes, the legend is that it comes to you through a Ouija board and kind of creates almost a portal between the spirit realm and the human world by making patterns on the Ouija board like zigzags and figure eights and all that. And I swear to you, I swear, I have never heard of that legend before. So I got so freaked out because this didn't just happen to me. Like, I know that this really happened because even if I was subconsciously moving the planchette with my mind or whatever, there's no way that I could have done exactly the Zozo thing when I didn't even know it existed. And my friend knew nothing about Ouija boards too, so she didn't know. So, yeah. After that, I started seeing the name Zozo like everywhere. And I felt like it was kind of attached to me. Literally. I know I sound so crazy, but I felt like it was like attached to me for years and would follow me. Like, I would just get signs where I would randomly see its name somewhere. Or, like, it did haunting things too, like, hiding my things, slamming doors, flickering lights, the usual stuff. And it always just kind of, it wasn't, nothing ever really bad happened, but it wasn't, it was just, I don't know how to describe it. It was like it was trying to inconvenience me any chance it got, you know? And then, like, in the years following, I started having these insane, these insane psychic things would happen to me. And that's a whole other story that I'll tell you another time. But I started having this intuition to the point where everyone around me was convinced that I was a psychic. And I don't know if this has anything, this is connected in any way, but yeah, after that happened, I don't know. And yeah, every time I would try to play the Ouija board after, hi, I'll be AFK and listening at work. Cool, welcome, welcome. But yeah, anytime I would try to play the Ouija board after that, usually I would, I dropped my nectarine. Damn, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, when I would use the Ouija board in the following years, usually I would just talk to other regular spirits that just wanted to reach out and chat or wanted help with something. But if I was with other people, the regular spirits would be too scared to talk to me. Or they would only want to talk to me. So, if I was in a group of like 4 other people, either the ghost would not speak through the other 3 people's hands if I wasn't touching it, or it would only speak if I was the only one on the planchette. Sometimes, like, they would want me to leave the room, or they would want everyone else to leave the room, and then sometimes, once in a very great while, Zozo would come back. Nothing major really happened, but it just felt like it was with me for many years. I don't really believe in Ouija boards because $8 to a portal to the underworld is sort of unbelievable. That's understandable. I mean, in my opinion, the Ouija board doesn't have to have any, like, magical properties, or doesn't have to look or be made of something fancy for a spirit to use it as a tool to communicate. Who cares what it looks like, you know? Or who sells it? Just because it got popularized as a game when it's not a game, you know, doesn't mean it's not true or still can't be used as a tool. Basically, Omegle but Spirit Edition, yes. I don't think store-bought boards are really good, but a handmade one, some things with enough intent can become strong objects of power. That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. I'm not saying that like making a fancy board and putting a lot of intent and love into it isn't going to help your chances of connecting with spirits or connecting with the spirits you want, because that's definitely true. But I'm just saying that doesn't mean that the store-bought ones can't work. Yes, yes. I honestly, I would be a skeptic too if I didn't experience as much of the stuff uh, that I've experienced. So, I understand skeptics, and you're welcome here. Um, just know that I mean everything I'm saying. Hi, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna finish this fruit and have some water. Mmm. So, I have something pretty cool to do today with you guys. Now that I've told you that story, I found a article about the legend of Zozo, and it seems to have a lot of information about how the legend actually came to be, and maybe even about Zozo in general, that I want to read and see if it matches any of my experiences, because back when it first happened, there wasn't really that much information. Uh, the 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 legend was kind of it was still, I don't know. When I found it, there were a bunch of like people talking about their experiences with it, and a lot of like disbelievers. But now, years later, um, there was like a movie made about it, and like uh, mainstream publications are doing articles and stuff on it. It's crazy. So I found an article that I think might be really interesting, and I want to read it and see if we can get any more information. Um, do talismans and crystals really protect you not just from paranormal but from bad energies? I think they can. Yeah, I think they can. Do you hear those sounds in the background? I felt like I heard like Minecraft villagers going, hmm, hmm. What do you think of sleep paralysis? Sleep paralysis is scary. It's only happened to me one time. I don't, I don't really think there's usually anything paranormal involved with sleep paralysis, but I would need to do more research. I don't know that much about it, to be honest. Uh, isn't Zozo really evil? Zozo is just misunderstood. I think Zozo's evil. Um, yeah, I definitely think Zozo's evil. I didn't have any very bad, like nothing super bad happened to me, but one time, um, I'm just remembering this now actually. Uh, wow. One time I did the Ouija board with a group of people, And this was one of like 2 or 3 times that Zozo came through to me since that first time, over a few years. And it was really intense. When there's, at least for me, when there's an evil spirit, when I'm talking to an evil spirit, I know, like I can feel it in the room, you know? And when Zozo's speaking to me, I can feel it. It's it's uncomfortable. But then after we had that connection with Zozo, we all went to sleep that night in like this big room. We were all in the same room. One person woke up in the middle of the night with a bloody nose. One person sleptwalked. 2 people talked to each other in their sleep and said some pretty weird stuff. Just a lot of stuff happened that night. Who is this Zozo? I wasn't here for the story. You're gonna have to go back. I don't think I can tell the whole story again. But it was basically, it was a demon of some sort that I accidentally, unknowingly, invited through a Ouija board that then followed me around for years afterwards. Yeah, sleep paralysis can be really scary. Oh. I watched some sort of documentary about sleep paralysis and it freaked me out. It really freaked me out. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was on Netflix. I used to work security overnight at mental hospitals. The crematorium always creeped me the hell out. Why was there a crematorium at the mental hospital? Is that standard? I had a few poltergeists in my old house and used to see a lot of things. One was tall and skinny and one was wide and tall. And the other one was like a scarecrow, but one time while I was home alone, I made eye contact with one of them and never saw them again. Like face to face with the poltergeist, red eyes staring at each other. Oh my god. That's freaky. That's really scary. I'm surprised but glad that they left you alone after that. You must have intimidated them. Yeah, I used to see, when I was a kid, I used to see apparitions very clearly. Like, I lived on a lake, and one day I was sitting at the end of a really long dock in the lake by myself, and I saw this man appear, and he was just very green. He was green and covered with algae and had like seaweed draped over him, and he told me his name was Matthew and that he had drowned there. I don't know why, I'll never forget that. That was one of the clearest things I've seen. But I don't really see spirits like that anymore. Unless I'm like in the spirit realm, you know? Do you know the story of Annalise Michelle or Emily Rose? It sounds familiar, I probably do, but I can't recall right now. Okay, do you guys want to look through this article? Are you guys interested? I think it could be really cool because I looked through it very briefly and it seemed to have a lot of information that I didn't even know, and I want to compare it to my own story and see if it gives any more, I don't know, closure or explanation to what happened to me. Yeah? BRB gotta pee? Okay, I'm gonna take a drink of water then. And then we'll begin. Okay. I'm gonna have to shuffle myself around a little bit, real quick. A little bit smaller, and right over here. And then... Here. You guys probably can't read it, huh? Is that good? I don't know. I'll read it to you, so don't worry. I remember I stayed up for 3 nights straight because I was afraid of a flesh pedestrian and the Wendigo killing me. Oh, Wendigos are so interesting. They're definitely real. Alright, let's begin. Where is it? Oh, here. The creepy history of the Ouija board demon Zozo. I'm so interested. Let's see. Ignore all the ads. If you believe that simply becoming aware of something spooky can somehow conjure it into existence, an introduction to the Ouija board demon Zozo is going to give you a hefty dose of the creeps. According to internet legend, Zozo is an ancient, mysterious demon with foggy origins who communicates with people via Ouija board. His preferred style of communication is expressing grim threats through the planchette, though he is also said to be known for making ghoulish sounds, breaking things, and instilling fear for fun in those that conjure him. That's exactly what it felt like. It felt like he just wanted to scare me and inconvenience me and just, like, fuck with me, you know? Don't say the W word. What's the W word? And I know that, like, people say that you're not supposed to say the name of the demon. Girl, it's too late for that. I'm sorry. He's here. It's common in the country where I live to find in the countryside a woman who asks for a pickup, and when the driver starts driving, like after an hour or so, the woman is gone, vanished. Interesting. Knowing their names gives you power over them in the right circumstances, yes. Okay, let's keep reading. Blah, 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 blah. You'll know you've awoken the craggy old spirit when he spells out his name, Z-O-Z-O. Yes, that's what I read, is that he does that. First introduced to the internet via a 2009 public message board in a post written by an ex-Ouija enthusiast named Darren Evans. Ex-Ouija enthusiast? Zozo has now become a horror fanatic favorite on Reddit. I didn't know that. Can I open this? What does this take me to? Oh my god, what? 3 years ago. So when this happened to me, it was probably 2014. 2014. So 3 years ago, that's what, 2019, 2018? What? Oh my god, this is insane. I can't believe so many other people have experienced this. Wow. deemed worthy of its own episodes of Ghost Adventures. Oh my god! I was obsessed with Ghost Adventures. I've never seen this. I am literally blown away. In the episode, Evans and a paranormal crew head back to the scene of the haunting, his ex-home in Oklahoma, where he and his family claim to have been tormented by the demon, culminating in a move prompted by his daughter allegedly becoming temporarily blind after an interaction with the spirit. Evans, who became a self-proclaimed zoologist after penning The Zozo Phenomenon in 2016, there's a whole book. A 236-page book? Oh my god. I am shocked. Okay. I need to look into all this stuff. I will. I'll read the book. Appearing on podcasts and horror sites regularly, says that interactions with Zozo start out unconcerning, but eventually became more and more malevolent. In his alleged first-hand experience, it started with flickering lights and then progressed to moving objects, sounds in the night, and escalated to scratches on his skin and a brush with death when his daughter claimed to see the spirit in the tub with her before she went blind and limp temporarily. Wow. I've watched so many Paranormal Activity movies on Netflix that ghosts just seem unreal to me at this point. That's funny. I know, like, that's why I didn't think people would believe me, because the fact that this is such a big phenomenon and like people have made movies and books about it makes it seem like it's just a story. But the fact that I experienced it in real life, I just can't, I just don't know what else to say. Like, I have to believe it. It happened to me, you know? Okay. It started with flickering lights. That definitely happened to me. Moving objects definitely happened to me. Sounds in the night, definitely. At like 11 p.m. at night, every night at the same time, I would hear this buzzing sound as if a phone was ringing inside my walls at 11 p.m. every night. And yeah, at my old house. Escalated to scratches on his skin. I don't think that ever happened, but it might have happened that night after we had that Ouija session, and like people woke up with their nose bleeding and stuff. Evan's blog, I have to look at it. I'll read it later. Oh my god. How old is this website? Oh, the film was based off of his movie? Are they trying to say that... okay, well, I'll read this later. Oh my god. Oh my god. Due to science, we can't see or contact with ghosts or souls, but we can't say it's not real. I agree. I know they're out there. I don't know, like, exactly how the spirit realm and the human world are connected, but I just know they are, you know? Somehow. I'm here to do my job. My mom sort of read my palm a while ago and said I had psychic powers. I promise you, if you think that you might have some sort of ability or intuition, foster it, practice it, and it will get more and more intense and insane the more uh, love and attention you give it. Yeah, that website was great. Very nostalgic. We can look at it a little more later if you guys want. Okay. Um, Evan's blog, which not only chronicles his own experiences with the mysterious demon, but features Zozo stories submitted by readers, is said to serve as a warning of the dangers in underestimating the power of a Ouija board. Exactly. Back in 2009, Evans believed he was the first person to have an interaction with a malevolent spirit, but after posting the story, others came forward with similar experiences, making Evans wonder if perhaps Zozo's reach was beyond his own personal torment. Zozo has since become even more of a cult internet phenomenon, and over a decade later, message boards continue to feature claims of Zozo conjurings and YouTube videos featuring Zozo stories. These storytime bitches are making Zozo videos? In 2020? Oh my god. Oh, are you joking? This all happened too. It would either spell out Zozo, Zaza, or Mama. The fuck? It's still unclear what relation Mama may have to the Zozo demon, so they still don't know why it says that. Oh my god. That's insane. Wow. I've only used the Ouija board once for a whole night, and I never had any experiences. I must have been lucky. Sometimes you have good ones, but this happened to be something I wasn't prepared for. But what the fuck? This is insane. Okay, I want to look at all this shit after we finish. They have so many links in here. Wow. I need more water. Okay. There's a YouTube video? It's private, no. Wow. Okay. Oh, guys, the screen is cut off. Oh, you can still kind of see everything, though. We're okay. What are you doing, Step Zozo? No. We shouldn't be making jokes like that. Okay. Despite the fact that the story behind Zozo remains vague and the hauntings remain void of actual evidence, the people on the internet are very happy to keep the legend alive, especially around Halloween. If being scared is fun for you, you can watch I Am Zozo online. Should we do a watch-along one day? That would be fun. I don't know, is anyone interested in this story? If you've already pulled out the Ouija board, remember that dragging the planchette to goodbye will end your session if it becomes too spooky. Though, if you believe Evan's account, this demon is not particularly respectful of salutations and requests. But if you're anxiously turning on lights and looking over your shoulder, you can avoid this demonic entity entirely by avoiding the Ouija board. Exactly. It's apparently his only vessel to the living realm. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, I I want to make it clear that I'm not encouraging anyone to ever touch a Ouija board. You should not do it. Do not do it. But if you're a skeptic or you're just like a kid who wants to try it out and you don't think anything's gonna happen, please at least do some research and try to do it properly in the way that will best protect yourself. There are certain types of candles you can use, there are certain crystals that may help you, and like this says, always say goodbye at the end of a session to make it clear to the spirit that you are done interacting with them. It probably sounds like I'm ranting to you, but genuinely, the best thing to do when you're trying to end a conversation with a spirit is to, as kindly as you can, say goodbye, move the planchette to goodbye, and end the interaction. That's my advice. Yeah. Okay. So that was the article. Interesting. Let me move this over just to make sure you guys can see everything. I'm sleepy today, if you can't tell. Let's see. So this was a Reddit post that went really viral 3 years ago. I guess not viral, but it has a lot of replies. Has anyone encountered an entity named Zozo on the the Ouija/Seance flare on The Truth Is Here, r/The Truth Is Here? Howdy, I was just wondering if anyone here has ever had an experience with an entity that goes by Zozo while using a Ouija board. I encountered this entity a few years back, the one and only time I've ever messed with a board, and without going into too much detail, what happened was downright terrifying, which is honestly why I'd rather not tell the story of what happened if I can avoid doing so. I will say, though, that afterwards I had a very unhealthy mental downward spiral for quite some time and became obsessed with this Zozo entity. Oh my god, that's scary. That's scary. I don't know if it was just because I'm also a spirit, but, yeah, Zozo seemed to be pretty, not as intense with me. Like, I didn't have anything truly unsafe or like, terrifying happen to me, you know? I got lucky. But who knows? I don't know if it's still around. I get back then I was getting signs all the time. Now Zozo's name will pop up once every few years or like few months, you know? So I don't know if it's still around. I don't know if talking about this will do anything, to be honest. I hope not. I don't think so. We'll see. I've done some research on my own, but honestly there seems to be so much conflicting information out there that I really didn't come up with anything conclusive. If anyone could shed some light as to who or what it was that I and my friends encountered, that would be great. I would also like to note that while I'm seeking answers, I need to be very aware of what I'm doing right now, and be careful not to allow myself to go down a rabbit hole when it comes to this subject, as I feel like the last time I fed that obsession, I invited a lot of negative things into my life. Thanks in advance. I guess that's true. I feel like the more I thought about Zozo and, like, the more it showed itself to me, the more it fucked with me, you know? I haven't thought about it in so long, so that's probably why it's not around as much. I don't know. Okay. This thread is archived. Zozo is the folkloric name or pronunciation of Led Zeppelin's unfinished fourth album. What? What? What does this have to do with, Okay, let's just read this. Maybe it'll give us something Interesting. It's how teenage boys in the 1970s mostly, pronounced the sigil of guitarist or songwriter Jimmy Page. Each member of the band had a sigil or symbol for that record. The symbol is based on one from the 16th century that represents the planet Saturn. Jimmy Page apparently chose it because his astrological sign is Capricorn. Page had a long-standing interest in British occultism, especially the life and works of Aleister Crowley. It became part of the lore of the very successful album, and suburban teens from the 70s until today have found great mystery and romance in the record. The author, Eric Davis, wrote a fantastic book about the influence of this album over time amongst both Zeppelin fan and the fundamentalist Christian movement that was thriving at the same time. Zoso became a name that meant black magic, mostly with people who knew little about modern occultism or its interesting history. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. There's another pop culture reference from the 1970s that may have combined with Zoso to create the popular idea of a demon spirit named Zozo. It is the ancient Mesopotamian demon king Pazuzu. This demon appears in both the novel and movie The Exorcist and in the counterculture literature, including books by William Burroughs. Okay, and here we see the historical demon entity from at least 3,000 years ago getting a big boost from popular culture of the late 20th century. Whatever it is we contact when we successfully use a Ouija board or a spirit board, whether something created by our collective conscious or actual intelligences that exist in another realm. A consistent part of this experience is that the entities commonly claim to be what you want them to be: a dead relative, a historical figure, or a demon you've heard about from rock music or movies or on the internet. These entities are dishonest by nature. It's weird. Yeah, that's another reason why I don't really use the Ouija board anymore, or haven't many times since those years, is because if someone tells you that they're nice, or if they're a family member or anything, the spirits could be lying to you. So I never knew if I was talking to Zozo or not, you know? Okay, I've missed so much chat. Hold on. The stream is getting me interested in Ouija, but I've heard the creepy stuff my mom did in the house when she was young, opening portals and that stuff, so I don't think it's going to end well. Yes, please don't. Don't do it. But if you do, be safe. You know? As safe as you can be. If demons or bad spirits came once to the house, they definitely know the way here and are going to be interested in the call of her daughter. I don't think that's usually how spirits work. I don't think they travel long distances. Oh, you live in the same house though, so maybe. Who knows? Okay. All the spirits just taking turns bullying Orion since there's nothing else to do. I know, I'm like a spirit magnet. I'm trying to separate myself from the spirit world, you know? I'm trying to live amongst the humans, and you can't leave me alone, can you? Hydration break. I'm gonna have more fruit after the stream. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. I'd be interested to hear what you think about people hearing from Zozo that never heard of the name before in any context. Like me, I had no idea. I loved using a Ouija board around 12 or 13 years old, and occasionally the name Zozo or Zozo would come up as the name of the person I was talking to. I'm a woman and was never into Led Zeppelin. Why does it matter if they're a woman? What? I'm a woman, so I don't listen to rock music. I'm a woman and was never into Led Zeppelin or knew anything about them at that age, and generally liked girly things. It was the time before internet was commonly used in households. I'm 100% sure I'd never heard about or known anything of Zozo in music or movies before seeing the names spelled out on my own board. Same. No one responded to her. We haven't seen anything about, like, opening the portal through... Well, I guess we have. It did say in the article that they do, like, the patterns and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything else interesting in these comments. Oh. My friend broke 2 rules. He played alone because I refused to join him, and played in a cemetery. Yeah, don't go play a Ouija board alone in a cemetery, please. He told me after that the planchette made an infinity symbol. Yeah, the figure 8, and kept spelling mama. Yes, exactly. That was through text, and he was doing it. I live next to the cemetery and could see his lights through the window, but nothing else, so I knew he was there. He refuses to mention it anytime I ask or anything else about his experience. I can't tell what happened besides that it scared him, because it makes him freeze up anytime I try to get him to talk about it, so I've just stopped asking. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, the figure 8s and mama. Wow. That's what I was always thinking. Mama and Zozo are one and the same, or an extension of each other. They coexist. That's true. Because I got Mama and Zozo, but I felt like their energies were different. So I don't know if they're 2 sides of the same spirit. I don't know if they're 2 spirits connected in some way, or if, yeah, it's an extension of one another. But I don't know. Wow. Okay, we'll read this last encounter. I want to see this one. Okay. I used the board with a friend of mine and his girlfriend. My friend owns a resale shop, and the board had come in through a customer. I didn't have a planchette, so he decided he wouldn't be able to sell it, but made himself a makeshift planchette and played with his girl the night before I joined in. The reason I ended up getting curious and trying it out after some serious convincing of my friend and his girl to do it again is because my friend is not the type of person to make things up. When we started the session, I specifically asked for Zozo, since that was the entity my friend said he had contacted. Fuck, that's really bad. The planchette moved very erratically, usually in a figure 8 pattern. What the hell? But at times, it would just circle the board as the entity was impatient. What the hell? Are you guys hearing this? What? This is blowing my mind. Sometimes it would spell things out without anyone asking it a question. What tipped me off was that what I was interacting with was real, is that it knew things about me that there was no possible way my friend or his girl could have possibly known about me. I'm talking childhood experiences, things that happened when I was in Iraq that I've never talked to anyone about, and various other things. I asked if it went by any other names, and it told me that it did, but when I asked, it just repeatedly went back to saying Zozo. Yes. As the session went on, it became more and more unnerving, and those are the details that I would really prefer not to get into. It did repeatedly tell me that it would hurt me, and I told it I would not allow it to have that kind of power over me. Its response was, "There are many ways to hurt someone." Wow. At this point, we decided to end the session and say goodbye. This entity actually resisted allowing us to say goodbye, and it took us 3 attempts to get the planchette to go to goodbye. Like I said in my original post, I had a very serious downhill mental spiral. Oh, this is the OP, I didn't notice. After this experience, and began a series of self-destructive behaviors for seemingly no reason at all. Most heavy alcohol abuse and drunk driving, and just overall general reckless behavior. This is on top of developing an obsession over this entity to the point that the girl I was dating at the time almost left me over it. After a while, I realized what was going on was not healthy and made a decision to clean myself up and not allow myself to entertain the topic anymore. But it still enters my head from time to time, like tonight, and even after diving down extensive rabbit holes researching, I was really left with many more questions than answers anyhow. This is really crazy. I'm serious. Like, this person has had the exact same experiences as me. Oh my god, there's so many stories. I'll read these another time. You guys are probably bored of me reading these. But wow. I think we should do a watch-along of the Zozo episode of Ghost Adventures, and after I read the book, I Am Zozo, or whatever it was called, we can do a watch-along of I Am Zozo. That would be fun. I think, wow, this is crazy. Oh, the Zozo Phenomenon, that's the book. $20. Ah. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay. Here's another thing that says, let's see. This one says, the first reported appearance of this entity occurred in 1816 when a young girl in Picardy, France fell victim to a severe demonic possession. She became the vessel for a number of demons, one of which was our mysterious Zozo. I've never heard that story before. Is that going to be this stream? It's already been an hour somehow. No, we won't be doing the watch along today. But we can schedule it for another time if you guys are interested. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people would find this type of stream interesting. But if you do, we can do more. We can dig deeper into the Zozo legend. Because I'm going to be doing it myself, whether it's on stream or not. So yeah, you guys let me know if you want more Zozo and more spooky streams. Let's see. Zozo is a complicated entity, so it would seem. In most stories, it's initially friendly, sometimes using a different name. Occasionally, it'll appear in the middle of a conversation with another spirit and interrupt the communication. Yes, exactly. It wouldn't let me talk to anyone else. Oh, you guys really like it? Okay, good. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Awesome. I'm excited. The planchette performs strange figure eights or inverted Z's. Yeah, the zigzags. And answers become repetitive, but it doesn't take long for an encounter with Zozo to turn frighteningly negative. Omens of the demon. There's seemingly no end to the number of bizarre stories shared online about Zozo. They even tend to have certain elements in common as mentioned above. For example, an encounter with Zozo while using a Ouija board usually involves one of the following events. Number 1, the planchette draws figure 8s or Z's on the board. Yes, definitely. The planchette repetitively spells out Zozo, Zaza, or even Mama, moving in a rapid left to right or right to left fashion. Yes, back and forth, back and forth. Yes. A conversation with one spirit is interrupted by another entity. Yes. And the entity often claims to be a deceased loved one. I don't remember that happening with me. It's difficult to tell which stories about Zozo are authentic and which are nothing more than urban legends. Some tell of murders and suicides, while others involve possession, physical ailments, abuse, curses, and other phenomena commonly associated with demonic forces. Some have even claimed that Zozo attached to them or their family like a parasitic demon. Are you joking? Guys, please. Please. That can't be that can't be real. I can't. Wow. Some have even claimed that Zozo attached to them or their family like a parasitic demon. That's exactly what it did. That's exactly what I've been saying all these years. What the hell? Wow. Oh my god, the following are a handful of stories about Zozo that have appeared throughout the internet. Okay, should we read them? Will I be okay? Yeah, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'm not afraid. Like I said, it doesn't seem to be interested in hurting me or anything, and also I don't even know if it's around anymore. I don't even know. But if it is, I don't, yeah, I think I'll be okay. We call him Oz. In 2012, a user at ghostspace.com shared the story of a confrontation with a suspicious Ouija spirit. Her friend had been asking the spirit board questions about her recently deceased father, which it answered correctly. Then the board unexpectedly... Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I forgot to say. A lot of people are saying that Zozo knows way too much about them that other people don't know. I had that experience where when I wasn't speaking to Zozo, the other spirits that I would talk to through the Ouija board that were either like scared to speak to me or only wanted to speak to me, a lot of the times they had stuff like that. Like they knew stuff about me and my life. It was very strange. Very strange. Then the board unexpectedly turns its attention to her mother. Again, the board seemed to have a supernatural knowledge of their parents. We were both in tears, she wrote, and then the active spirit seemed to switch again. They asked who it was this time, and the reply was haunting. The pointer went O-Z, 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 O-Z-O. We called him Oz. We asked him to blow out a candle to prove himself, and before we completed the sentence, the candle was out. Yes, I believe it. The strange spirit also knew the exact time when asked. However, it would later reveal a haunting truth. He'd been there the whole time, posing as her friend's father and her mother, answering questions by correctly reading their minds? I don't know about that. That's scary. The two of them immediately put the Ouija board away when the spirit began to curse. They wanted nothing more to do with this Oz. Unfortunately, when they returned to it a few weeks later, thinking the worst had passed, they again met Oz. He was nasty, cursing at us, saying dark things, she remembered. From then on, they seemed to experience nothing but bad luck. It wasn't until they finally researched their plight on the internet that they learned of the infamous Ouija demon. Was Oz actually the malevolent Zozo? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Wow. This is crazy. What's even more crazy is this website. Did you guys ever watch Supernatural? Did you guys ever watch Supernatural? Because if Ghost Facers was... I feel like Ghost Facers was based off of this website and this guy. If you watch Supernatural, you'll know what I mean. Okay, I need water. 1 sec. So wow, this guy really exposed Zozo to the whole world. Is 2020 the year of Zozo? Let's see this. Oh, you want the link to the website? Okay. Here. I'll send it. I almost sent it in the 4B Live Discord. Oops. There. It's in the Discord. Okay. Back to this. Is 2020 the year of Zozo? Well, it's 2021 now, so let's see if 2020 was the year of Zozo. In 2012, I published information that I had received several reports of Zozo encounters on Ouija boards that foretold 2020 as apocalyptic. The screenshot is from my post entitled Zozo 2012 News Update. Was this written? When was this? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is such an old website. Look. Coming Halloween 2012. I am Zozo. This movie came out in 2012? What? When was the last time this was updated? A message to those under 18. I should email him and send him, like, the clip from this VOD of me telling my story. I wonder if he still checks his email. Okay. Anyway. Here's the excerpt from the post. We're left with a lot of questions and not many answers. We may never know. One thing we do know is it's still happening with increasing frequency. Recently, some of the Zozo encounters sent to me via this site. It seems Zozo has some apocalyptic message or prophecy not for the year 2012, but instead the year 2020. After reading these, I noticed 2020 was very similar to the name Zozo itself. Interesting. In several emails sent to me, descriptions of doomsday scenarios were revealed. In one account, Zozo promised that there would be a great coma in 2020. Is there proof of these people saying this? Because I'm obviously not gonna say Zozo caused or predicted fucking coronavirus, but what the hell? I want to see, could this coma really mean corona? So this has been updated recently. In another chilling email, a mom from Minnesota reported a session in which Zozo said it would be born again in 2020. That it was currently in a dream state, but would awaken from its slumber and cause the earth to shake. The following link describes the frightening Ouija session in which 2020 is mentioned. The session produced alarming references to the stock market crashing and China. The Ouija session also predicted that Donald Trump would be elected president. I don't believe that. Yeah, no. No, I do not believe this. Yeah, no, this. Mm, yeah, Jimmy, this is too troll. Jimmy, really? This is not. Yeah, this is definitely a troll. This is not okay. Because I truly do believe in Zozo, but if Darren Evans is really putting this on his website, like, come on. On March 16th, 2017, I tweeted the above caption. Many Zozo encounters reveal that the end of days will happen in 2020. There will be an eclipse in that year. Many Zozo encounters reveal. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I had no idea that my mother would die on January 11th, 2020, during the first full moon of the decade and the year 2020, the same date as the lunar wolf moon eclipse. In 2016, I emailed Rosemary Ellen Guiley, co-author of our book, The Zozo Phenomenon. We had plans to release a follow-up project tentatively entitled Zozo Prophecies 2020. Unfortunately, Rose passed away before we could process our findings. What? Hi, Rose. I've been looking into some things in regards to our Ouija predictions in regards to Armageddon taking place in the year 2020. This was in 2016. This is kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like that, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like 2016. He looks like Onision in this picture. I shared with you some emails from Zozo experiencers that revealed the entity referring to 2020 as the end of the world or doomsday, etc. Years ago, it told me the same thing when I asked about the Antichrist, even using the same rainbow effect movement, back and forth between 2 and 0. Well, I dug a little deeper and ran across an experience last year that appears in various internet forums. I'll send you the above top secret discussion. What? This cannot be real. What? Could America be invaded by the Chinese and Russians on this date? According to the demons, it does. Page 1. Excuse me? Interesting, the Donald Trump reference. There's no way you would have said that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. On November 3rd of 2018, I was hospitalized with a severe upper respiratory infection for 2 weeks. I developed sepsis and began coughing up blood. Doctors tested me for influenza and it came up negative. Days prior, I had conducted a live Ouija session on the show Ghost Adventures. Yeah, this guy's just trying to get publicity. Oh, I want to play it. Wait, is that just a screenshot? I can't, that's not an actual video. Huh? That's just a screenshot? What is this website? What the hell? Yeah, we should ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But I'm being genuine. Like, he's obviously a little bit camp, okay? He's camp and his website is bullshit. Yes, we're done with Darren Evans. But like, this shit freaks me out. This shit freaks me out. And like, I know it's true. And like, the book and the movie and the Ghost Adventures, it's definitely just like using the legend for money and publicity, but still, it could be funny to watch. I think it would be funny, especially Ghost Adventures. Are you guys scared? You're scared a little bit? That's so funny. Yeah, can you tell I'm like too used to this kind of stuff? Can I sing a melody? What should I sing? What should I sing? Wait, let me get Lampert out again. There. Zozo itself may be real, but whatever that guy was saying isn't. Yes, I agree. I agree. Conclusively, that guy is a hack and a liar. Careful not to fall deep in a rabbit hole. Don't want to end up like us. I already am one of you. Ghost Adventures is ridiculous. We should watch it. We should. That would be really fun. We have to watch the Zozo episode. I don't know what song to sing. I don't know. Wow. I could sing Misguided. I thought of a good one. Misguided Ghost by Paramore. It has ghost in the name. I'm going away for a while, but I'll be back. Don't try and follow me, 'cause I'll return as soon as possible. I'm too nervous. I'm too nervous. Here I'm trying to find my place. It might not be here where I feel safe. We all learn to make mistakes and run from them, with no direction. Yeah, we'll do real karaoke one of these days. I freaking missed Viv's because I thought it was at the wrong time, so I missed Viv's karaoke stream. So if anyone has clips, please send them because I want to see them. I thought it was at the wrong time. Aw, the emoji is so cute. You guys like my voice? I'm too nervous. I can't sing for real yet. It might take a little bit for my stage fright to go away. All of a sudden, the fire and the crickets are starting to sound less spooky and more cozy, right? Maybe, do you guys want to turn on the BGM while we kind of wrap up the stream? Do you guys have any more paranormal stories to tell? Ooh, someone recorded the whole thing. Good. Good. I want to see it. I'm sleepy. Okay. A little bit of music. Your voice is like, well, if I had to visualize it, a stream of soft harmonic white water gently covering my ears and calming me down. That makes me happy. Like misty little sound waves. Like little earmuffs around your ears. The only thing that I've experienced that may be supernatural were repeated visions of a shadow of a thin bird and a white and blue face with yellow eyes. Really freaked me out as a kid. That's interesting. By visions, do you mean like just in the middle of the day you'll have visions? Or was it like in your sleep? Or was it sleep paralysis? Or what was it? That's very interesting. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. The background kind of looks like Slender Man could appear at any moment. Oh yes, that's the point. That's exactly what I was going for. A little ghost girl used to play with me. She was dressed like the stereotypical grudge type of girl. I've definitely seen ghosts that look like that. Like, I knew these ghosts that were like twins, and they both looked like that with like long dark hair, and one of them wore a red dress and one of them wore a white dress. Hey, Moth GF, guess what time it is? What time is it? What time is it? Time for a cold shower and a sleepy moth? Oh, come on! Did she say cold shower? Yes! My air conditioning is broken. So when I sit here with like the hot lights on me, it makes me all sweaty. It makes me all sweaty. Why do ghosts have the same fashion sense? I don't know, I guess some of them are old-fashioned. I had a very spooky dream weeks ago, but it's going to be a bit hard to write it in 200 characters. It left such a bad sensation in me that I slept with the lights on for 3 nights. Wow. You should tell the story in the Discord. I want to hear it. I've definitely had the #1 craziest paranormal story of my entire life involves a dream. So one day I'll tell you that story. Is my AC still busted? Yes! I've been so busy for the past couple days. I haven't had time to have someone come fix it yet. Soon though. As soon as possible. Luckily it's been raining outside, so it hasn't been too scorching hot for my couple days off. Being in your stream made me at ease. You're the best. Of course! Even though it was spooky. Even though it was spooky, it was still cozy. How do you guys feel about the Zozo story? Did you like it? Do you believe? It's pretty crazy. Hydration break. Oh my god, you definitely just heard me swallow. That was such a loud one. There was so much air in it. Zozo's pretty creepy, not gonna lie. It do be spooky. Zozo scares me a lot. I'm not getting sleep for a few nights. Being legit. No! You have to get your sleep. I really like your streams, Orion. Thank you. That means so much. Oh my god. You guys heard the gulp? No! No, when it happened, I just knew. I knew you heard it. I'm drinking more, so listen closely. That one was quieter. If you heard that one, I'd be a little upset. Never touch Ouija boards, that's what I got from this. Good. I'm glad. That's what you should take from this. We saw a phantom lady that looked like my mom around her room once. Oh, interesting. It's 11:38 a.m. for me, so it's nothing to be scary with your story. Yeah, it might not be as scary during daytime. Not as spooky. You'll have to watch it again at night to get the spook factor. Always say goodbye on the board. Yes. If there's two things you learned, it's number one, don't play with the Ouija boards. Number two, if you do, always kindly and politely say goodbye when you're done talking to a spirit. I'm not sure what to believe with the paranormal. It's too inconsistent for me to have a solid opinion, but I'm always open to it. Yeah, I totally respect that. I feel like I would be the same way if I didn't experience all the things I've experienced. If I was a human and I didn't know anything, then I would feel the same way. Not saying that you don't know anything or you're not smart, but I I respect you not believing. Do we have to say goodbye to you every time because you're a spirit? Of course you do. It's only kind, it's only polite to say goodbye. I'll come haunt you if you don't. You gotta say goodbye to me at the end of my streams. I guess that's a good time to actually say goodbye, isn't it? What a great segue. I'm a genius. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out for now. I'm really happy you guys enjoyed the spooky stream. I'm glad. I'll definitely do more in the future. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me by the fire and sharing a spooky story with me. Okay, bye everyone. Have a nice night, please. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Eat good food and drink good water until we meet